through the air, caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
Touchdown, Washington.
Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Commanders 7, Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Javon Hargrave able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, At least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Ready, break.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll set up a throw.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
At the 46-yard line.
2nd and 4.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Let's go now.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Trap 50.
They'll throw now on the final play.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
He's going to keep this again.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. It's third down and 4.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Taken in at the 11. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
On play action, they'll throw.
That's caught by Myers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
In motion goes the tight end.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. And the slot man goes in motion left.
They go with Jacobs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
18 runners.
From
the red zone now. They'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
George Pickens.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Again, it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
7-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to George Pickens. A gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Open man right side, Myers. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be first and goal when we come back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Jacobs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. For this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense, and it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 18, right here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Come on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws, has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Washington on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Okay.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Rig. 19 right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Commanders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference. See
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly here, he's got Jacobs.
Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Josh Jacobs, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
38. Saints 10. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Out of the gun now on third down.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Warriors 70. Trap 60. Trap 60. Trap 60. 18. Robert. 18.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. It's difficult, but guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to